Yo, 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 we live on location. Los Angeles, California. Me and the Blackest One went through a hurricane to be here for this.
Yes, sir.
We are in the building. We got my bro. We got one of LA's finest.
World champion.
Straight out of high school, member of the university.
World champion.
World champ. Got one of them big boy rings.
Big boy.
We got a family member. Dwight Wade, hometown favorites in
Appreciate
the
y'all,
gym.
boy. Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, D. Wright, man.
Man, I appreciate
Being here
y'all.
with your boys, man. We appreciate having you, bro.
This should have been
Appreciate it.
happening, bro.
I ain't even gonna get into all that.
When you first got to the league, who was the first person to bust your ass?
Man, well, I've been thinking about this. You know, it took me a while to get on the court. So the person that was really welcoming me to the league had to be Eddie Jones. You know, somebody I practice against every single day. You know, I was kind of green, you know, with the Miami Heat and stuff, knowing who was on the team and, you know, things like that. I remember Eddie, high flyer with the Lakers. So when I got to Miami, that boy was knocking down shots, coming off down screens, using that pump fake, you know, still kind of slashing.
Pump fake.
Boy, he was kicking my ass every day in practice. I'm like, damn. And I used to go 100 miles per hour, and Eddie used to be like, bro, young fella, you need to slow down. So
Running off them screens.
Yeah, running off them screens, pump fakes, all kind, doing what he want with me.
Tell us about you coming up. Tell us when the ball first got in your hand.
Oh man, coming up, you know, everything was all baseball in our family.
Yeah.
You know, my pops wanted us to be baseball players. So that's the first thing I remember is just being a baseball player, going to the field every day, working on our craft, going to the batting cage. I'm pretty sure y'all know about Rex right across the street from Southwest College where y'all used to practice at.
Yeah.
So I used to be there all the time. And then, you know, more and more, you know, elementary, middle school, that's when I started playing on the blacktop, played it at St. Andrews Park. So I would say like 7, 8 years old, but baseball was always the priority. And
Trust me, I hear like he could have did baseball. He see some of these numbers, he be like,
come on,
I'm
man.
thinking, bro. Like,
Man.
So
I
you
was
played
tripping.
it all the way to your senior year?
Yeah, to the last day of high school, I played baseball.
did you get drafted?
I didn't get drafted. A scout came to me and told me, he's like, hey man, it's time for you to put all your eggs in one basket. Like these scouts are asking what's going on. They want to know, you know, are you serious about baseball still? And right there on the spot, I was like, I ain't playing baseball no more. I'm playing basketball. Boy, my dad was so mad at me. He's like, bro, you don't make no decisions without me. I was like, dude, like, I'm like in basketball. I'm getting way more attention now with this. It's happening fast. So
You
there.
just liked what you liked about basketball that was more than baseball.
It was
baseball was boring to you.
It wasn't boring. I love baseball. I had fun out there, you know, the camaraderie with your teammates. You with them all day, you know?
Yeah.
It was just that basketball. That's what all my friends were doing. None of my friends at this point was playing baseball anymore. You know, so I want to hang out with my homeboys, you know. You know how what comes with basketball.
So you went to Washington originally, but then you transferred to Louisiana for baseball, but then you stopped playing baseball. So how was that?
It was wild because, first of all, I wasn't even supposed to touch foot at Washington. If anybody, y'all know, y'all practice right down the street from Washington.
Yeah.
That was my home school, but how it ended up happening, I was just messing up, and that was where I had to go. And we were terrible. I think we were like 1 in like 22 in 2 years, and my dad was like, enough is enough. And that's kind of how we got to losing here. And I wasn't playing at Washington because I went out for varsity. Head coach Andy Davis told me I wasn't good enough to play varsity.
As a freshman.
As a freshman.
Okay.
But we had a freshman that I know from the neighborhood that was on varsity. You know me, I'm like, why he on the team then?
Right.
And
Because you felt like you was just as good as him.
damn right. I felt like I was better than him.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? But he was a point guard, he could dribble, he could pass, all that stuff. I was more a raw slasher.
Yeah.
So he told me I couldn't play. I said, you know what? I ain't playing at all. How about that? Thinking I'm, you know, doing something to them. I ain't give a damn.
At all.
At all. Like, okay, you ain't playing.
So you get to Louisiana and you start averaging 18. You like, how was that for you getting there? Like after, like you saying, not experiencing playing and all that over at Washington. How was it for you your first year? That was your junior year. You got to Louisiana.
Yeah, that was my junior year. You know, like I said, my dad wanted me to leave Washington for a better opportunity for baseball. So Joe Romero, the baseball coach at Louisiana, we built a great relationship. He sacrificed a lot. He used to come drive, pick me up, take me to school. He was doing all that, you know. So the first
So
day
this
of
was
school,
far from your school?
yeah, it's probably like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not that far, but you know, that was a sacrifice. Y'all want me here, you got to get a ride.
Somebody got to get
you
there.
You know what I mean? So Joe, the first day was like, yo, that's the basketball coach right there. You want to meet him? I'm like, man, I'm off basketball. I didn't work out at Washington, whatever. He's like, just meet him. So I met Coach Showalter. He was like, hey, man, we're going to have pickup like Thursday at 3 p.m. Bring your shoes, whatever. I said, all right, I think about it. Went to the tryout or the workout. I was killing everybody. I said, oh, yeah, I'm playing. So that's kind of how, I was like, oh, these boys weak. I'm playing, for sure. So that's kind of how that happened.
And you played varsity and
varsity.
That,
it was a wrap.
how far y'all go that year?
That year was terrible. It was 8-18.
How big of an impact was it your next year when Reggie came?
Oh, man.
Reggie became the coach that next year.
I think Reggie was just right on time.
He just left Howard, right?
Yeah, just left Howard.
He caught this fade when I was at DePaul.
Oh, yeah, he tell us that all the time.
I played him at DePaul in Chicago. They came to Alumni Hall. That was like one of the last few games of the Alumni Hall history. We played his coach in Chicago.
Yep. So Reg pull up. You know, that summer I just had a pretty decent summer playing my first like real AAU season. At a high level with the LA Paladins. And this is when Tweet and all these dudes come into the story. And, you know, I play with these guys. I have a solid summer. Now I got like the Long Beach States and, you know, those little small mid-major, looking at me. And then Reggie comes. And now we talking about being held accountable, working hard, just working with a purpose, you know, and that's kind of what Reggie did. Just that big brother where he was only 23 years old. Like
that was your junior year.
This is my senior year now.
Oh, this your senior year.
Yeah, my senior year. So after that, 8 and 18, we kind of got a whole new team, new coach and everything. And that's when Reg came. And Reg was, you know, fresh out of high school, college. So he's only 23 coaching us. So it was like that big brother that you always wanted. And man, he held us accountable. He coached us like a mud. We got all the way to the semis of CIF. We ended up losing, but we were a way better team than we were the previous year.
So would you say you was kind of like one of the people that kicked it off as far as like killers going to Lusinger and coming up out of there?
100%.
You the one started it.
Yeah, I was the one that started. I got to give some credit to the people that came before, some guys that's some local legends, you know what I'm saying, that really put up a lot of numbers. But I feel like I was the guy at Lusinger was like, damn, they got a basketball team at Lusinger? Right. You know what I mean? It was like the football. You hear the stuff that happens at school. You know, we used to have race riots that was more popular than anything. You know, Lusinger was turned up.
Yeah.
Right.
So you knew Lusinger for that type of stuff. You didn't know him for the basketball and the sports stuff like that. So I was one of them.
With your senior year, you got the gym packed, averaging 24, putting on, it was packed gyms, everybody showing up.
Oh man.
Talk about KB. That's somebody that, you know, I know about because I know you personally, and then people may know a little bit from Russ's story and stuff like that. So Russ and KB were freshmen when you were a senior at Lusinger.
Yeah, Kelsey.
Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, Kelsey Bars, KB3, what we called him. He was like my little brother. So that boy was 6'5", like maybe.
He was on varsity.
He was on varsity. He ended up being so good. By the time the end of the season, he was starting as a freshman. Yeah. And I think you asked Reggie, I think he was maybe I don't know. He probably like only 3 freshmen that ever played varsity right away for Reggie.
And he was ranked too, like in the
Yeah, no, he was a boy for sure. So KB, was a monster. He was fearless. He didn't care about who you were, even me. He used to challenge me every day in practice. Yeah. It wasn't close, but the fact that this young dude was challenging me every single day, bringing the best out of me. You know what I mean? It was making him better. But when I ended up leaving, he ended up asking me, I want to wear number 3. You know what I mean? Just off of that big brother that I showed him that whole year prior. But yeah, man, he was a monster. Got 50 one game as a sophomore. He just had heart. He was fearless. He didn't care who you were. He was gonna talk his trash, and then he gonna get in your face and let you know about it after you do what he had to do. And him and Russell were neighbors. They both stayed across the street from each other. Russell played JV this year. But, you know, Russell practiced with us and be around all the time. But Kelsey was a monster.
Yeah, and so what happened with that?
So he ended up having an enlarged heart. And I remember the day I got that call, I was in prep school, and they told me that he passed away. He was at LA Southwest College when this happened. And, you know, Coach Morris, Reggie, his dad coached at Southwest, so they used to always take us up to Southwest to play against the junior college guys, the college guys that come back. Like Hassan Adams was there this day. And all I remember them telling me, man, before he collapsed, he was in there killing everybody. Dunking on people, just, making tough shots, just looking like a pro in 10th grade.
So this happened in Southwest?
This happened at Southwest College, man.
That's crazy.
That's
crazy. He played at Southwest.
Crazy, right?
So how did you decide, like, at the end of your year? Because, like, I felt like you kind of, like, as far as basketball went, you was a late bloomer. So, like, you know what I'm saying? It turned out to be, like, when you got with your family and Reggie and everybody, the best decision was for you to look at prep school. Because, like you said, you had just, like, the Long Beach States and stuff like that. And obviously, we all want to go to the bigger schools. So how did you come to the decision to go to the prep school?
So I don't know if you guys remember the Hardwood Classic in Houston. Yeah, so before my senior year was even over with, I went to that with SCA and Pat Barrett. I played for the Paladins, never played with nobody else, but my mom and dad decided one weekend, you could go play with them. So I go play with them and just absolutely kill it. I played with Aaron Afalo, a bunch of other good Taylor King, who was like one of the best 8th graders in the country at that time. Marcus Johnson went to USC. And I just totally went over there and took over everything, right? So that next day, I had UConn, Florida, DePaul, USC, all these schools at the school. So now the list is getting, bigger. So once it came to that summertime of making a decision whether it was going to be junior college, prep school, it made it easier for me because I knew if I had another year, I'd be able to,
You was on that map.
Yeah, I was on the map. And my AAU coach, I gave him a lot of credit because he sat there and told me, he was like, D. Wright, if you go to prep school, you're going to be able to go straight out of high school. And I'm like, okay. I told my mom and dad that. My mom and dad was like, hey, man, stop listening to that bullshit. You ain't going to no damn NBA out of high school.
Yeah.
You need to stop listening to that garbage. You know what I mean? And they just didn't know. They were green as well to it. But
exactly.
I got the prep school. We found the school because my mom and dad was like, listen, we ain't paying a lot of money for you to do this. The goal is to go forward, backwards. Well, they was off of it anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean? I remember asking my dad, I was like, Dad, if I didn't go to the prep school, what was you going to do with me? He was like, I was going to send your ass to the Army. I was like, ain't that about something?
Damn.
I was going to send me to the Army. I was a different youngin', man.
How was that going from being, a South Central LA kid to going to way to the East Coast, away from the family, and then you about to do this prep school thing?
Man, it was different, bro. It was different. Being in the snow, never been in the snow before. I fell so many times off the black ice. I was off that. Getting to prep school, it was cool. It was so quiet. If you ever been to South Kent, it's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And it's just trees and deer. So, not hearing them sirens at night, not hearing, just city noise every single night was definitely different.
Moving.
Exactly. Yeah. So that was different, just how peaceful it was and, just different people. So I got adjusted real quick. Luckily I had great teammates like Cheyenne and Jack that and they made me comfortable. Those long holiday weekends and stuff, I used to go home with those dudes because the West Coast was always too far. So it was definitely difficult. And I called my mom plenty of times telling her I'm coming home. And she was like, no, you're not. You decided to do this. You got to finish what you got goals. So
how was the hoop for you though? When you start hooping?
The hoop was great. And another thing that my AAU coach, Eric Harden, told me, he was like, bro, if you go on the East Coast and do exactly what you did on the West Coast and put on and, make some noise, you definitely go into the league. So that was in the back of my mind. Like, I got to go out here. I got to kill. So right after ABCD camp, they had ranked me the #1 prep school player, like it's post-grad. So I was feeling myself then. I'm like, I got to go out here and hoop. A lot of my teammates knew that, I potentially could go out of high school that year. I kind of downplayed everything. I was like, nah, I'm going to go to college. And I was like, yeah, all right. They saying you're going to elite after this. I'm like, nah, no, I'm not. So once we got the hooping, it was on. That first game, I dropped 30.
Yeah.
And I give a lot of credit to Jack McClinton because he was already into the skill work and going in the gym, getting extra shots. I didn't know nothing about that. I just hooped.
Right.
And that's kind of when I took off.
You got nice because you played games. That's how I got nice.
Same.
I played a lot of games. I ain't really do drill work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what separated me. Once I got in the gym, we playing king of the court every single night. getting up extra shots every single night. And we supposed to be in the room, at 10 p.m. you supposed to be in your room. We out 2 o'clock in the morning, the gym, the doors are always unlocked. So that's kind of when my game took off to another level, and I was getting better and better as the season was going on, just because I was getting the extra work in.
Talk to me about the national prep tournament though. When you went out there and they had Dwight Howard was there, Sebastian Telfair was there. They the obvious big names and the big dogs, but you went out that thing and MVP, 32, 35, 41, Buckitos.
Bro, I was on some, I don't know what got into me that tournament. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. We was playing, I think we played the number 1 team, Laurinburg, that year. We knocked them off and I don't know, man. I don't know what got into me that weekend, but that was one of my best weekends as a high school player. Yeah. Like I said, just getting that extra work in, being in the gym, I just felt like I was taking off to another level. My jumper was finally coming around. I was more of that slasher, get to the basket, dunk on you.
Athleticism.
You know what I mean? Now that 3-ball fall in the midi, all that stuff, man. But that was a huge tournament. I think that was a big turning point in my career as well as a high school guy, because everybody was on notice after that. Like, oh, nah, he for real.
Right.
So that for sure was one of my best tournaments I ever played.
And you start seeing them NBA scouts. And
there you go.
You start seeing them collar shirts with them NBA logos in that joint, right?
Yeah, man. You start looking in the crowd, your coach telling you, Danny Ainge coming today. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, Danny Ainge coming today. You just be on your, play your game. Don't try to do too much. I'm like, bro, why would you tell me this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm excited. So it was pretty cool just to see, the NBA scouts, turn from college coaches being in the crowd to those NBA executives.
That's all about to say. How did that, like, at the end of the season, like you say, Jack, you know what I'm saying, he committing to Miami, Cheyenne committing, like, you sitting there got to make a decision with your family about this. How did that process play out?
It was tough. It was tough because, once again, my mom and dad were so scared. They were so nervous. They just didn't want me to make the wrong decision.
Yeah.
So I was 10 toes in. Like, I'm going to the league. They like, nope. You need to make sure you weigh all your options. You need to make sure you're a first round pick. You can't sign.
So you weren't scared?
I wasn't scared at all.
So you just, because I was like, wait, spook, because I'm like, man, these folks, I don't know. Like,
man.
Because I seen Rashard Lewis, what he went through.
Yeah.
And that made me like, yeah. What if all of a sudden everybody be like, nah, he ain't it. And
no, for real.
Go left. Because they went left on him.
Yeah, but
so I was spooked.
That tells you a lot about me. I just didn't know nothing, bro. I was just happy to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I didn't even know about other people's history. I didn't know how many people did it. I just know the obvious, KG, Kobe. I don't even know the politics of it. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to the league. I'm in. My boys is gassing me. Jack, how he is. What? You gotta go, bro. This and that. So I'm all in. My mom and dad is like, no, we need to do our homework.
Yeah,
we need to hire the right people, to consult with. So I wasn't scared, bro. I was just ready.
Once you actually made that decision, like how many workouts did, like, where were you projected? Like, how many workouts did you have to do? Because I know you was more like me. You wasn't like this guy.
Yeah.
We was all over the place from like this low to this high to maybe it's where, like, but like how many workouts and like what was like your most memorable or hardest workouts?
Bro, I did 23 workouts.
What? Got me beat.
23 workouts.
Got me beat. I'm in the high teens, boys. Woo, that boy was out there.
Bro.
You get your frequent flyer miles on, my boy.
And I gotta give credit.
And you did it in a month, right? like a month and a half, for real.
I did a workout the day of the drive too with the Lakers.
You did like a
day
month
of the draft.
Day of the draft.
Hey. He stayed at the crib too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
bro, I did 23 workouts, and I gotta give a lot of love to somebody that really helped the family, make a lot of decisions. Is Sonny Vaccaro.
Okay, the OG to go.
OG, I kind of, went on another level at ABCD camp, big time, all that stuff. So he brought the family in. They knew we didn't know much. So he kind of helped us throughout the way. And I remember Sonny calling me like, Dorell, what are you doing? I'm like, what you mean? He's like, dude, they got you flying to the East Coast, back to the West Coast, back to the Midwest, back to the West, to the East to do these workouts. Like, these need to be organized a little bit better so it's not too much wear and tear on you.
Yeah,
that's like, I'm fine.
And the teams don't know. They just scheduling you. They don't know where you coming from.
They don't know where I'm coming from, bro.
You can't be out here wild.
ghetto.
No.
Bro, I was all over the place, bro.
23 and a draft day workout for the Lakers. Like, what was that like getting the workout for the Lakers? Like, you being an LA kid, like, just what was that like going into the gym and you coming out of high school? You ain't, and like you said, you just green as ever. Like, what was that like for you?
That was fun. I'm like, man, I hope I could play for the Lakers. This would be so dope. I've just watched them win 3 titles.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, a lot of my guys that I watch, Kobe, Robert Horry, Shaq, all these dudes play for them. So if I could play here, this would be great.
Yeah.
But it was crazy that I did a workout. I remember my agent, well, he wasn't even my agent. It was just somebody else helping me. Like, the Lakers want to bring you in today. I'm like, the day of the draft? I'm like, all right, bet. I'll be there. What time? So that was pretty fun, just being in the backyard, working out for the home team. I think they were late in the draft because they had me going like from 20 to like 24. Like, that was where I was on all the mock drafts. Yeah. And I did 3 workouts for Boston. Everybody know Boston is number 2.
Who was the coach there? Jim O'Brien?
The coach was, I don't know who the coach was.
It wasn't Patino then.
It wasn't
Jim
Doc
O'Brien.
Rivers?
I think it was, nah.
No, he was in Orlando. I don't even know who the coach was.
It was Jim O'Brien, I think.
Probably. I did 3 workouts for them and 3 for Miami. Those are the 2 hardest places to do workouts for.
Yeah.
And I did 3 of them for both of them dudes.
And they just killed you.
What? But
They killed you 6 times.
man, you know that run, that shuttle run they do? Oh, yeah, I hit like 25, 26. I was always, they was talking
Deer
like,
and head. Now, this was, he was like you. Y'all two the same. Like, Deer running to the frame of the picture. All you can see is his hair moving like that. He come flying to the frame. And he the same way.
Same way.
Fast break, he come out of the frame. Both of y'all same thing. So, I can see him trying to see what you got going.
oh, yeah. No, I was out there showing out. Like, I'm about to be first in everything.
So tell me this, how you was one of the guys that you decided to do it. You know, you stayed at the crib. I done seen the video footage. Like, he got some dope video footage. You don't have to get this footage. He got draft day at the crib. He kicking down shoes to Russ. You got a young, like 10th, 11th grade Russ Westbrook?
Russ was 10th grade,
Yeah, like 10th grade. He all it's crazy footage. So it's like he was there. How was that for you to be like, you know, you at the crib with the fam, mom, grandma, pops, everybody, then the whole, like Russ, the young homies, everybody was there. He's sitting in the brand new Esky Lolo, you know what I'm saying?
You know,
He got
doing my
the
thing.
Esky Lolo, everybody checking it out. They
stitched in
looking
the
at it. Got his name up there. He nice and neat.
Cali's finest in the back.
He out there, everybody peeping out the car. Like, just tell me, like, we all done had that moment. And it's like, for you to have that, like, you on the block, like, we was there. And I can't even imagine, like, how, you know, it's a different type of dope to be there with everybody and, like, you know what I'm saying? You hear your name, he put his little head down, got his earrings. The footage is hilarious, but it's just like, take me back to that moment. Like, how dope was that for you, especially to be surrounded by, you know, you got nothing but love right there. Right. Everybody's super crazy, happy for you and all that.
That was crazy, man. I remember coming home and telling my mom, hey, we got to have a draft party. And she's like, what the hell is a draft party? I'm like, we got to call all our friends and family and tell them to pull up to watch the draft. Yeah. So the last minute, you know, my mom, you know, when we grew up, she used to always cook the sides, but she'd go get the chicken from Albertsons. That was like the thing to do, right? Yeah. So I'm like, man, just go get a few chickens from Albertsons and cook all the sides and tell everybody to pull up by 3. So she go, you know, the Albertsons, do her thing in the kitchen, whatever. And man, it was just amazing just to have all my friends and family there. I'll never forget every time a pick happened, Delon would come. Why they didn't pick you yet? Why they didn't pick you yet? Just being an annoying little brother. Why they didn't pick you yet? Why they didn't call your name? They gonna draft you? And I remember telling my mom, can you please get Delon? He pissing me off. He keep coming in, you know, bothering me. But classic little brother stuff. But man, it was amazing to have that many people show up in like a day or two. You know what I mean? Yeah. A lot of people didn't know what was going on either. Like a lot of like, you know, it wasn't no social media. It wasn't nobody reading no blogs or anything like that. So they like the draft. All right, we pulling up. So we ended up having a great turnout. And I'll never forget that first question when I got to Miami for my press conference. They were like, so how was it to hear, you know, the Heat fans kind of boo once they picked you? I was like, shit, I didn't hear none of that. I was with my loved ones in my little house. Didn't even know it happened. My house felt like it was shaking.
Hey,
once
it blew
my name
up at the crib.
I'm like, I don't give a damn if somebody booing me. Shit, I'm here, man. I've come from South Central Los Angeles. This is a dream come true. I don't care about none of that.
Straight up, bro.
Tell me about the first time you spoke to Pat. The
Oh,
OG,
man.
like after you got drafted and all this, like when you first spoke to Pat and meeting Pat and that Godfather, mystique.
Well, one thing I always knew about Pat. I always knew about him just being a Laker fan growing up. We used to go to summer league back in the day. My mom used to take me to summer league with one of my aunties who used to hoop and overseas and everything. So I used to see Pat all the time, and I had an opportunity many a times to go up to Pat and be like, "Hey, Pat Riley, take a picture or whatever."
Yeah.
But I used to always be scared. My mom used to be like, "Oh, say something to him," and I never would say anything to him. So that was pretty cool to tell that story once I got drafted. My press conference, but getting on that call with Pat, man, it just felt great. Somebody that I looked up to as a coach, just a fly guy calling me, got so much respect for this dude and just telling me how happy he is to have me. That was amazing. And then once I got to Miami, just meeting him finally after all these years and just how he brought me in, I looked at Pat like a father figure as well.
Yeah.
Just because his demeanor is very similar to my pops, just straight up and down. I'm not playing no games. We're going to get to work. It's that, that blue collar guy. So I think that really helped me too, being in Miami, if having some type of fear, just like you have with your parents. I felt like that with Pat.
Yeah.
I can't make this dude, I can't let him down. So that was kind of my take, once I met Pat and I was around him.
So now you're on the Heat, and the players that you have on the Heat, the players that's coming, who you've got to play with, and how was that for you when you kind of...
Man, it was cool because, when I get drafted, it's a young team. It's D Wade, it's C Butler, it's Lamar, Eddie, so they thinking young. They looking at me like this dude's going to be next to D Wade for the years to come and things like that. So that's what the chatter was all about. And then, they have opportunity to be a championship contender team.
Big fella.
Yeah, and the big dog come. So I'm already working out. I've been there 2-3 weeks. They preparing me to play.
Yeah.
I went from preparing to play to, hey, now you developing.
Yeah.
Now you player development. You know what I mean? So once they made that trade for Shaq, it kind of changed everything.
Yeah.
So it went from, you going to probably get a little bit of time on the court to you ain't getting no time.
Right.
So, once Shaq got there, it was super dope because, like I said, it's somebody I watched my whole life.
How was it when you first met him?
Oh man, it was so much love. A lot of people don't know my mom worked for the LAPD for years, 30 plus years, and one of her closest friends was the person that kind of introduced Shaq to being a detective and just the police field.
Yeah.
So once Shaq came, my mom reached out to her like, "Oh my God, like your guy is about to be with my son," and and once she reached out to Shaq like, "Yo, that's my nephew right there." You know what I mean? It was all love from day one. Like, yo, Marcellus? Like, no, you my little homie. You know what I mean? So it was love from day one. I learned so much from that dude, good and bad. We all know Shaq is the ultimate prankster. So just having him around, learning from him, learning from all those, veteran guys that we got that year was amazing, man.
Tell me your first impressions of UD and D Wade.
UD is my dog, man. UD got my number and he hit me. He's like, "Yo, what up, young fella? This UD. I want to walk you to the city." He gave me the red carpet and he took me to like a Miami event the first few days I was there. Man, that shit was so hood. I'm like, dog, where are we at? But I was good. It was just cool to see all the love that UD had. Just being that hometown favorite, being a guy that make it out, never leaving Florida. And, these people were showing him so much love. So I felt always safe with UD wherever I went around, Dade County. But UD was, straight up dude. And then D-Wade, super shy, don't really talk, want to hang. But, he just to himself.
So you say when he was regular and he turned into a superhero. Superhero.
Yeah, I seen all that.
This was just D-Wade. This is D-Wade.
Man, listen, I be with my bro now and I be looking at him I'm like,
man, you done had this conversation like
you passed me up with the turned up and just being a social butterfly and all that. But it's just crazy to just see how much different D Wade is now than what he was when I met him, almost 20 years ago. It'll be 20 years this year. Yeah, but
he's 40.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, man, we had some great times, the three of us, man. We was the young bucks on the team.
Yeah.
We was kind of not into what everybody else was into yet. We was still on our, streetwear stuff,
Yeah. They was old.
They was old. We wasn't really trying to wear no suits and no walkers. We still trying to keep it LRG and,
Yeah.
Hey, time out. This is one of the funniest stories that he did told me. I gotta hear this story. Like, this is so. First, you gotta tell him how you was he laughed at everything. So before anything would start, they'll tell him, Dorell, shut up, don't laugh before they even start going. But you gotta tell the Shaq and Pat story.
Bro. Listen, man, one thing about me, I was the goofiest dude ever. I couldn't control my laughter. I didn't give a damn what was going on. I'm gonna laugh. And Pat, that used to irk the hell out of Pat. First, it used to irk Stan. Started with Stan, then it graduated to Pat. And I never forget this meeting. Things was just going left for us at this time. We had won the championship. We all know that next year we came back, we was terrible. We just had that championship hangover.
Yeah, I kicked it.
Yeah, we kicked it. We hung. During it, we just like we was gonna repeat. You know what I mean? So, Pat's finally fed up. So I think he wanted to meet with Shaq prior to this meeting, and Shaq kind of like blew it off. So we all in a room like this, about to watch film. I forget. I think we were like New York or something. Shaq walk in there late. Pat say, get the fuck out. He just keep walking. Shaq, I ain't going nowhere. And as soon as he say that to Shaq, he looked directly at me. Dorell, get the fuck out too, because you gonna think this shit's too funny. Get the fuck out. So I'm like, mind you, I'm already laughing once he told Shaq, get the fuck out. I'm like, why you telling him get out? And he looked directly, get the fuck out, Dorell. I'm like, but what I do? He said, get out. So I'm like, I'm getting up. Shaq, no, sit the fuck down. You ain't going nowhere. You sit down. So I got Pat, the Godfather, telling me to get out, and I got Shaq telling me, sit my butt down.
Yeah.
So what I do, I just I get small in the chair, like, ain't nobody gonna see me. Like, I ain't gonna go nowhere. Big dog says, stay right here. I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
So, man, that right there was when things was going the other way.
What Pat say?
Nothing.
After you sat down?
The tension went back to Shaq. I kind of got up when I was doing this. Shaq was like, sit down. You ain't going nowhere.
That's a rock in a hard place.
Bro, that mess was so... I didn't laugh the rest of the day. I was like, man, I need to get serious, though. I'm out here tripping. They kicking me out. I ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I'm barely playing, and he bringing my name up.
Hey, talk to me about that, like the championship run, bro. Because I can remember, we're gonna get to one story in particular, but I just want to talk to you about, like, when GP get there, Pose, Twine, and like when it started to form, like, damn, like when did you start to think about it, like? And Zoe is a story in himself,
bro.
Zoe was anal about that whole scene. Please talk to him about Zoe and how his attitude and mentality. Go Zoe first.
Zoe was pissing everybody off. Okay, every huddle, hey fellas, this team, this and that, and me and Quintel Woods used to be like, bro, shut up, bro. Every huddle,
Quintel.
Hey, but Zoe was like,
he saved him.
Yeah, when you think about it as you get older, especially Zoe, he was like, he was at the end of it.
Yeah, he knew the importance
so that
of
championship meant everything to him. But we young, goofy, man. Zoe, shut up. He didn't let D Wade and them make no. Hey, young fella, like, you messing up my damn championship. Like, that's how he talked to D Wade. Hey, you messing up my championship. Hey, get it together, young fella.
Yeah.
So Zoe was just super anal about everything during the finals. But as you get older, you understand why. Especially that year, we end up getting down 0-2. To Dallas, and then you understood once we took
Zoe
that lead, and Zoe saved it. Zoe had a big
crazy.
He was blocking everything.
He was hollering,
he was spitting all over the damn place.
They looking like y'all losing. He hollering like he
aneurysm flexing so hard.
Y'all remember him on the ground? He was on the ground shaking and shit. I'm like, yo, Zoe going
I felt
crazy.
him though. I say, look, because I was listening to y'all tell me how everything's going. I was like, look,
bro,
big fella, he ain't playing. He ain't letting this go.
I used to make Zoe so mad. That shit used to be so funny to me. Because I was so like immature towards Zoe, everything I did, but I love Zoe so much. He used to be like, young fella, why are you thinking like that? I'm like, I'm just playing, dog. He just didn't understand.
But nah, talk about that season
run,
and that
though.
team, that
Man.
run that y'all, and like when y'all really started to look around, like, and like you as a young fella, like, what the hell am I about to be a part of?
Man, well, you know, that previous year we went to the Eastern Conference Finals. D Wade gets hurt. I think he ended up like pulling a muscle or tearing something in like his rib cage. It was something weird that he ended up hurting. He had to miss game, 5, I think, of that series. So once we got that close, we like, dude, like this was amazing. Like the atmosphere, the competitiveness of the games. So that next year we come in, like you mentioned those names that we got, the Twans, the Posies, GP, Zoe finally, you know, coming on board.
Then Pat coach.
Yeah, and then Pat was coaching as well.
Yeah.
So just that whole run, man, the whole year, we really didn't know we was a championship team, but we kept getting better. I really think the turning point was that Chicago game that D Wade and GP got into it. I think that brought us together because that showed a lot of character for those two dudes. One great Hall of Fame player and a young up-and-coming player just going at it the whole way to the bench. And, you know, they kind of squashed it in the huddle, and I think that's when we became a team. You
Why
know?
did they get into it?
I feel it was probably like an assignment or something. GP just got on D Wade, you know, kind of barked back at him, and they was just face to face all the way to the bench. I don't know if you guys remember that in
Nah, I
Chicago.
remember GP ain't. We all know GP ain't going,
Boy,
but
them boys
they
was
was
going
finding out
at
D
it.
Wade wasn't going either. That's when they was really finding it out about young D.
And I think that really showed a lot of character to everybody. Like, okay, like you said, he ain't backing down. GP, he really, you know, trying to get a championship. So I think that's when we became a team. And that run was crazy, dude. Finally getting over that hump, beating Detroit. And then the finals, you know, we felt like we ain't supposed to be there, but since we here, let's go win it. You know what I mean? Like they was a heavy favorites. The Math. Dirk was unbelievable. But that boy UD, boy, he was out there making things tough on him, and that's when
Gonna
he
have
really
to fight for every
he
inch for
gonna have to-
UD. That's why I'm always ready to go to war with him.
You already know UD really, you know, came alive for us. Twan came alive for us. GP hit a big shot. Zoe was big time, and then D Wade. That's when he became a star. You know, in my opinion, I feel like that's when he
took that
became a
thing
legend.
Over. I like you know how tight we was in. I was at the crib in awe.
Yeah, it
you
was
remember
crazy.
I'm talking to y'all out there like, this is crazy.
Crazy, man.
You hitting me like, this is crazy. We like, bro is doing some out of this world shit. Like, for real. All of us, like, we was in all that when he was going through one.
To get the championship, though, because after they won and threw the ball up, I just see you and him.
Man, I had to go, you know, go hug my guy, man. I knew the camera's going to be on my boy. You know what I'm saying?
Luckily, but winning the championship and seeing that for your game, because like you was on a young team when you first got there, and you know on a young team they look to play the young guy, but now when you bring these veterans, you got to wait in line.
Yeah.
Because now contracts and everything, even if they ain't better than you, gonna say you got to hold up.
Yep.
How seeing that help you start evolving and getting ready to play?
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. It didn't help me at all. I'm like, why the hell I'm not playing?
Yeah.
That's just what it was. I'm like, why I'm not playing? So, you know, Keith Atkins, who I owe a lot of credit
Atkins,
to.
OG.
Yeah,
salute.
OG. Yeah, I owe a lot of credit to, you know, just having a long career, understanding how to be a pro, understanding how to work, and just bringing that hard hat every single day. And, you know, Keith, I used to always talk to him like, bro, I'm not playing. It's like, bro, we drafted you off potential. You are behind. Like, you need to be more consistent. You got to be stronger. You got to be able to catch and shoot.
They building you.
Yeah, they building, but I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
You know, coming straight out of high school where I could do whatever I wanted on the court. You know what I mean?
Because that was the lucky thing for me to play right away, because I'm drafted with everybody else all us are draft picks. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to play right away.
Yeah.
But with you, it's just, it can change. The organization can change just like that.
Yeah.
And now you are like, wait your turn. Like your 4 years finna really, your whole rookie deal finna go up.
Got to go up.
Because you got to wait 4 years before you might get an opportunity to play.
Yeah, and Keith gave me the best nugget I took with me the rest of my career. He said, you practice how you play. These are your games. So I was on the court, tape ready, knee pass. We already know how to knee pass in Miami at 8:30 with Keith Atkins. You know, practice at 10. I'm on the court, taped and ready at 8:30. So I'm going through a tough old workout.
And let me just interject. When he say tape ready, all that, blah, blah, with Keith Atkins is the point. I promise you, people player development people don't work you out like Keith Askins work you out, boy.
Yeah.
It's
It was
a
work.
difference. I promise you.
It was work.
You work with him, that's you making a choice.
Right.
You making a
no choice.
decision. You are making a decision, boy. Yeah. He gonna tell
so you got desperate to the point like I'm gonna work out with the one that they don't want to work out with.
He gonna let you know,
No,
young fella, we only go one way over here.
Right.
Yeah.
And it wasn't no choice for me. It was like, you're working with Keith. And that's what it is. And I spent so many hours with Keith and we butted heads. You know, we got into it. We got face to face a couple of times just because I felt like he was trying to be my pops.
Yeah.
You know, I'm young. I'm like, yo, I got a daddy. I don't need you to be my dad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then as I got
trying
older,
to be a man.
yeah, he was just teaching me how to be a professional and how to work hard and how not to make an excuse for myself. Smack my lips, my bad, any of that, take off. It was like that with Keith. Any little thing, take off. Just run.
And Keith was cut from the cloth. He had to make the team every year for like 9 years from training camp. And that's a heat. Pat Riley training camp. He once he wasn't on May, you in the organization now. Come on. Yeah. Like, so he know he ain't just talking crazy. He didn't walk it for real. Had to make the team every year on some gangster shit. Like, you know what I'm
real
saying?
talk. So he carried that as an assistant coach, and we worked for an hour and a half every single day. I practiced hard and told me, use that as your game. If you want to get on the court and gain trust of your coach, that's where you do it at. When them dudes, you know, cruising, telling you to slow down. Because he used to hear Eddie like, hey, man, like, chill out, young fella, or the older dudes telling me to chill. He used to be like, don't chill. I don't give a damn. You run into him, hurt him, whatever. Don't chill. And I used to be like, okay. You know, he put that battery in my back where I was like, all right, bro, like this was going to take for me to get on the court. I got to do what I got to do. And, you know, just working with Keith every single day, just teaching me the game, turning my game into more of a 3-and-D guy. Cause, you know, I was get to the basket, you know, pull up, do what I want with the ball. It's like, you gotta simplify now.
Yeah, you gotta
make
find
the game
your
easy.
way in this league because it ain't about your game no more.
Exactly. So he let me know at an early age, like, you're a potential and you have to work up to, you know, those guaranteed minutes and a coach trusting you every single night.
So the story I was gonna tell about the championship run, right? This is real true story. We talked about it with D Wade too. This is they playing the I forget which round. They playing the Bulls.
First round.
First round, they playing the Bulls. Playing Chicago Bulls.
No, second round, because we played Washington back to back. Round.
So right, I'm at this time I'm with the Knicks, right?
Yep.
I'm with the Knicks. So I'm at home. You know, I'm at the crib. April, whatever. I'm at the crib. Soon as that shit starts.
Oh, like May.
Yeah, I'm at home. So you know me, I had this point I had the big house. You know, the house with the indoor pool, all of that out south. So I frequently had parties and things like that at this point. So I'm having like a little party. Bro, and them hit me. Him D-Wade, he was like, hey bro, yo, we get in this time. Da, 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 da. I'm like, oh, okay, I got a little such and such going on. You know, y'all want to slide, whatever. D Wright like, oh, for sure. I'm in there, bro. Like, you know, me, I ain't even playing. He like, we got the game tomorrow. Cause like he was in the suit at this time. He was like, you know, so the game is like a 1 o'clock game, afternoon game, Saturday. It's like a Friday. It was either a Friday or Saturday night because the game was at 1 the next day. It was either Saturday or Sunday game at 1. So, you know, I forget whatever time they get there. We kicking it, we hanging, you know, everybody having a good time, you know, in the pool, out the pool, eating food, hanging out, you know, having drinks and beverages. So it's starting to get late. I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, I come to them. I'm like, hey, bro, like, y'all might want to go ahead and slide. You know, you got the early game tomorrow. Him and D like, nah, we good. Like, we good. We in a little bit, right? So we like, all right.
It was always another hour.
Look. Before you know it, it's getting later. My boy has had a time. He has had a time.
Time was had.
We got to save him from himself. I'm like, no, D Wright.
I was wilding.
He out there late. So I'm like, now, D Wade don't even drink at this point. He ain't doing no libations or nothing. He just chilling.
Facts.
Man, they wound up leaving. Well, it had to be like 3, 4 in the morning or
For
something.
sure.
Like 3, 4 in the morning, you got a 1 o'clock game, bro. You know what that's like on the whole, just the whole movement of everybody getting up, how you about to leave it, like, man.
You 1 o'clock game, you got to leave by 11.
Exactly.
So explain what happened the next day. When y'all get this the next day for 1 o'clock game.
Man, I was turned up shorty for sure. We get up. I wake up the next morning. Boy, I don't know where I'm at. I'm spinning. Whole room spinning.
Literally.
I'm lit still. I'm like, oh, Lord. So we get on the bus, and I'll never forget Shannon Anderson was next to me, and I had a bag, you know, the little laundry bag they give you.
Just in case.
Just in case. I'm like, man, I might have to call Earl. So Shannon Anderson like, bro, what the hell wrong with you? I said, man. He see me like, I was like, I think I did too much last night. Boy, we get into that locker room. I couldn't even go out to the game. I was in the back throwing up the whole game.
Like while the real game going on.
While the game going on.
He throwing up.
Throwing up my life.
Never made it to the court. Meanwhile, out on the court, D Wade out there looking like shit. They lost.
Lost like a brother.
Got their ass beat. And I'm sitting here at the crib, me and the homies, me, Rio, we sitting here like this, like, I said, look, they all looking at me like, I said, I told them to go their ass to the crib.
We should have took our ass home.
I told them 3-4 times. I said, I can't believe this shit. Look, didn't even know that he never made it to the thing. I talked to him about the game. He like, bro, I didn't even make it. I said, oh, man. I said, this
my God.
What they say to you?
They didn't say nothing to me. I was just telling, I think it was Jay Sable. I went to him because I knew if I went to Mr. Colt, he was going to tell on me for sure. So I went to Jay Sable like, bro, I don't feel good. I think I got the flu. And I don't know, y'all know United Center. You go in the back, you got the showers to the right, and then there's like a closet to the left. I sat there the whole time. The ball boy kept checking. I was like, bro, you all right? I said, I don't think I'm good, bro. I don't think I'm all right.
Like they say, once you leave Miami, everything else is like easy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure.
He had the whole foundation.
Yeah.
And, you came through the door on some, we know how the Miami organization is, and every player, no matter who it is, Shaq or whoever, gotta have that body fat and everything right.
Man. Yeah.
Hey, bro.
Yeah. Every week, weight and body fat, Bill Ferran.
Yeah.
And when I never forget when I went to Golden State.
It's a great day to live.
It's a great day to, he used to piss me off with that. Like, Bill, get out of my face with that.
Shout out
see
to
you
Bill,
in a minute.
Man. Hey, shout out to Bill.
One of the best, for sure. One of the best. But when I get to Golden State, I signed to Golden State for 3 years and thinking I'm about to play for Don Nelson. Couldn't wait. And then he ended up stepping down, retiring, and then Keith Smart ended up coaching us.
Keith Smart. I had Keith Smart in Cleveland.
Okay, Keith Smart, solid guy. I love Keith Smart, man.
Yeah.
Gave me an opportunity to really go out there and spread my wings, and he reminded me every single day, hey, this ain't Miami. Go play your game.
Yeah.
So a lot of love for Keith Smart, but he had me demonstrating a lot of things. He had me reciting a lot of things that I learned from Miami. He always wanted me to, stand in front of the team and just tell them that, about heat culture and how you carry yourself as a professional, teaching different drills that he heard we did in Miami. So, a lot of people around the league respected it. So once I get to Golden State, I'm asking Monte different things like, you could do this, you could do that. He looking at me like, yeah. Like, can you bring a homie on the plane? Can you, do just simple NBA stuff?
Start playing, welcome to the good
right.
life.
I'm like, he looking at me like, yeah, bro. Like, why you asking me that? You like, you been in the league, it's your 7th year. You don't know you could do that? I'm like, not in Miami. You can't do none of this. So he was like, yeah, bro, you good. I'm like, oh, cool, man. It's love here.
Yeah.
Let me just explain to when I came to Miami. I got traded to Miami, right? Get traded to Miami. First thing I do, I just had to fly there immediately. Pat wants to see this, that, and third. Like, this fat Q too. You know what I'm saying? So like, bro, Keith picked me up.
Kenny Mack?
Kenny Mack picked me up from the airport, right? Straight to the arena. I ain't go check in the hotel, drop my bag, and I'm still got my bag when I come in. When I come in, right in the little big ass locker room, he like, Bill come in and say, Pat wants you to do weight and body fat. I was like, damn. He was like, yeah, just drop your bag right there. He was like, strip down, did weight and body fat. So now they trying to get me, get this and that. He done took the weight and body fat upstairs. So then I go upstairs to Pat. Pat like, he like, yeah, so, this was a really shit, bro. He hit me with, they traded me for Mark Blunt, right? So the season before, they had sent Mark Blunt home early from the team. He wasn't even with the team or whatever, for whatever reason. He was just, so like, he telling me, he like, all right, so here's the deal. We know you've been partying. We know you've been drinking your ass off. That's why you look how you look. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to commit right here, right now. You can't leave. You can't bring nobody down here. You can't go back home. All of this shit, right? He was like, if you do something, I will know about it, right? Was like, anything in that mini bar, anybody bring something for you to drink, anything, we gonna know about it. And he was like, if this is the only chance, there's no oops, no. He was like, I'll cut you on the spot. He was like, we traded you for Mark Blunt. He wasn't part of the team, so it's not gonna hurt us. He was like, if you can get your shit together and do what you was doing on the court, like we can be cool. But he was like, if you any of this shit, it's over immediately. Ain't no nothing. I'm looking at this man, I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. Like he ain't bullshit. Like, so cool. Leave, go to the hotel, call my bro. I'm like, bro, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I already know he going. I'm like, I need a whip, right? He like, I got you, bro. Go ahead to my crib. I have my man let you in. You take the cool. You good. You go back and forth. I'm like, you know me, bro. I'm just going back and forth to the gym. That's it. Nice car, by the way. Man it ain't no, listen. It was I don't remember the year, but it was the Bentley GT Continental Coupe. Lorenzo kitted too. This boy looking like, I felt like Mike Lowry pulling up out the lot, right? Back up, I'm like, ooh, I'm out here, big boy, you know what I'm saying? Whip out, reverse, turn down the street, going on. Before I got like 90 seconds away, and this bitch stopped. I'm like, man, we like in the Coconut Grove area. Now, you know, you've been in Miami enough times, like back then, like, man, you make 2-3 left turns in the Grove and you in Little Haiti, like, what the fuck going on? Like, for real, like, what's going on? So I'm like right there in the thick of it by a church. All I see is dreadhead dudes riding bikes and shit, gold teeth. I'm like, I'm trying to figure, now mind you, when it first happened, I'm like right here at the stop sign. I'm like, what the fuck going on? Looking at this shit, I'm trying to figure out, gas tank empty. How in the hell you got a GT Continental Bentley sitting on E to where you can't even get 2 minutes away and this bitch done died?
Only if Q went the other way. The gas station was right there.
I'm sitting there like, mind you, I just got a gym. I'm sweating. It's hot as hell. Man, my body's sweating. Now I'm getting nervous. I'm from the crib, bro. I'm out here. But you roll up on the bike. Mom, you need some help? No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm calling him. He ain't answer. I called him like 10 times. And he finally called. I said, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, man, the thing, he had the little buddy that had to let me in to get the car. He went and got a gas. He bought me some gas. Everything was cool. But I was like, bro, I'll never forgive you for that. Like,
boy was so mad at me,
I
dog.
was hot.
He was hot.
I'm like, how the hell you gonna give me a car on empty and then don't tell me where the gas station at? Like, what a heads up. Like, hey, bro, I know it ain't no gas, but you need to.
I think I was in LA too.
Yeah, he way in LA.
In LA.
So you in Golden State. How was it for you to get the opportunity to play more and the opportunity to show your skills? And because like I say, coming out of boot,
it's like his threes that year, didn't he?
Yeah.
It's like you coming out of boot camp.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Leaving Miami, and now you getting the opportunity to play.
It was amazing, man. Like I mentioned a little earlier, Keith Smart always made sure he let me know, this ain't Miami no more. Yeah. We need you to go out there.
Letting that bitch fly.
Hey, let it go. Yeah.
You letting that thing fly.
Man, and then just the confidence my teammates had. Monte, David Lee to end up getting traded there. Steph Curry, you know, so I'm getting there early. You know, I'm there. First, my kid is in school, so I'm already there. Nobody there, too. You know, I'm just used to being in Miami, getting there early, thinking it's about to be gym full of guys. Ain't nobody there. I'm in there just getting my own work in. But man, once they got there and they seen my shot making abilities, Monte, Steph, D. Lee was like, bro, if you make that shot, we looking for you every single time. So them transition threes, just me camped out in the corner, they gave me more confidence than I already had because, you know, they was like, bro, we rolling.
The style of play.
Yeah, the style of play was
He was letting it fly. He hit me for like 6 threes one game.
Oh, yeah.
I was pissed, but it was all right, you know.
We ended up breaking a record that game. I don't know if you remember
Your team,
that.
y'all
hit both teams. It was the most threes ever in the game.
Like we went crazy.
We ended up going to overtime because I know I was first in the lead in makes, and then Jay Rich was behind me, and I was watching Jay Rich every game. Like, man, did he get how many hit today? How many hit today? But man, it was an amazing feeling to just go out there and be able to spread my wings, play through mistakes, and just have fun. I had a lot of fun.
To see your name being in top categories in the league,
right?
Like,
straight up.
You know, we all dream of this and trying to get something on board and you try to find your niche, but to see your name at the top of the list of makes and stuff like that, how was that for you?
Oh, it was great, man. It was just like that hard work finally paying off. You know, those long hours in the gym with Keith Atkins, the summer work that I was putting in, because for a long time, Miami never let me go work with no other trainer. It was like, you stay right here. So like that year Q got there was like the first year I was able to be on my own and just leave when I wanted to. You know, I wasn't a young fella no more.
Yeah.
So,
you earned your stripes.
Exactly. So now I'm working with, you know, one of the best trainers in LA. I'm working out with D Rose and Russell every morning. And then I'm going to the Hacks that used to be in LA. We playing pickup. And then at night I'm going with Coach Morris to get extra shots up. So I was just putting that work in. So once I got into the season, you know, it wasn't no real surprise to me that I was playing so well because I put the work in. And just to see my name up on the top of that list, it was crazy, man. Just because that year I scored more points in my 7th year than I did my first 6 years.
Right.
I'm like, I was that sorry, or I'm just having a good
you
year?
just had the opportunity. You know, one thing about when you get to the league, opportunity is everything.
Man, so much.
A lot of cats are real better than what people think they is, but they don't never get the opportunity. The money just don't weigh up sometimes. You know,
very true.
So it's just opportunity.
Was Steph? Well, he was a rookie when you got there. Or
No,
was
he
he a
was
second year?
year.
Second year.
Yeah,
Talk
second
about
year.
watching Steph, and then Klay came in as a rookie while you were there. Talk about watching those two come through the door and just watching, you know what I'm saying, practice. Them two boys shoot as young fellas.
Yeah, it was just amazing to see Steph, just how humble he was, because he was on his way to stardom. Really didn't see it just because of the injury, so it was a lot of up and downs throughout the season, but behind closed doors, his work ethic. The time he put in on the game, the time he put in on his body to get stronger.
Yeah.
You know, always had a positive attitude, because that year before, he had a solid year. His rookie year, he had a solid year.
Yeah,
I think he finished it with a couple of triple doubles at the end. And then you trade for All-Star and David Lee, and then you bring in me. Yeah. And now he kind of like, you know, getting pushed down the ladder a little bit, but he always was like, yo, whatever I got to do. So making open shots, you know, he still got in his bag and did his thing, but we were taking a lot of shots as well. And he was okay with that. But he continued to put the work in every single day. He was always positive. I don't never remember Steph even getting frustrated. Only if, you know, if he probably wasn't playing well or something like that. And then they wasn't playing him in the fourth quarter or sometimes. So he'd get mad at that for sure. Yeah. But Steph was, man, stand-up guy. Then when Klay came in, Klay was hilarious. Klay never got there early, ever. Klay, if practice at 10, Klay showing up at 9:45, 9:50. He chilling, looked like he just woke up. And he'd walk to his locker, don't say nothing to nobody. I'd be like, damn, Klay, what's up, bro? Oh, hey, what's up, bro? And that was it. But
no, D-Wright gonna make you speak.
Oh, yeah. Damn, you know, I'm coming from Miami. You can't walk through that locker room without saying nothing. You know, you got all the OGs. Damn, did I wake up with you this morning? Did I wake up with you this morning? Speak then. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Did I wake up with you this morning? Why you ain't speaking? So I used to be on Klay all the time. Like, damn, what up, Klay? Oh, hey, what's up? But he used to make me and B. Rush look silly. We get to them shooting drills. You know, I'm the vet. I'm going first. We shooting for a minute. I'm making 20. B. Rush making 20. 21, Klay 30. Like, dang. So just the work ethic he put in the game, and you know, they shooting was off the charts, man. It was crazy to just see a guy come out of college be able to shoot the ball so well, man. It was amazing.
Effortless.
How was it like Mark Jackson coming there? Because, you know, he does get the credit from the players, you know, for like setting that foundation for them, what they became, and giving Klay and Steph that type of confidence. Like, how was it playing for him though, that short stint?
It was cool. Mark was solid. I think Mark was similar to me to my coaching now. Is I'm a hooper. You know, he really wasn't a coach. He was still learning, you know, how to be a coach. So I give a lot of credit to Mike Malone too, because he helped him a lot as well. Mike being, you know, coming from basketball history, he did a lot with Mark as well. So they collabed a lot. But you talking about one of the best motivators. Yeah. We hear him, you know, commentating. You hear, you know, the swag he puts on the basketball lingo. So he did a good job of motivating us to go out there and play hard. You know, giving everybody that confidence. And as the season went by, he was getting better and better. You know, I was only with him for a year, so it was cool to see how he was that first year until where he was until, you know, it was kind of over for him, and then just seeing the culture of the Golden State Warriors pretty much change, you know, with Mark Jackson being there. So we had a lot of fun with him. You know, it was super light and relaxed, and you know, he was an old hooper, so he gonna talk some mess to you respectfully, and you know,
he was
challenge
a good motivator.
Yeah, he was a great motivator. Just the things he said.
You just had to get the X's and O's.
Yep, that's all it was. Him getting the X's and O's, and you know, learning more about that. So as his time went on, he got better and better.
Like you said, you had in that 7th year more points than you had in the whole previous 6. Like, talk about how that felt. Like, cause you know what I'm saying. Like, you one of them dudes. You LA Unified. You know everybody. You one of them dudes. You straight out of high school, and to be in that position of where you come home every summer, but you ain't getting to really bop, and then you know you bust heads in the pickups and get your money up. Like, how did it feel to like okay, now I'm doing my set on the real court, and like y'all see, look up in the stats, look up in now, you know what I'm saying? How did that feel to get that after having to wait your turn?
That felt great, man, because you know you get all those dudes, those vets that come in the locker room like, hey, young fella, just wait your turn, your turn gonna come. You'd be like, bro, I don't want to hear none of that stuff. And salute to CJ McCollum, Will Barton, Thomas Robinson, all them young Allen Crabbe, because I used to have to recite those same lines to them once I got to Portland. They used to be like, OG, I don't want to hear that.
Right.
But same, I didn't want to hear it. And then once I finally got my opportunity to really spread my wings, it was a great feeling. Because like I mentioned, that hard work, it finally was paying off. All those family members that call you, oh, when you get the ball, why you just standing in the corner? Why when you do this? I'm like, bro, because
that's the play.
Everything,
that's the play, bro. Why you just standing in the corner? When you get it, you should
go get the ball and go do something.
It's like, bro,
that's the one I used to get. Like, wait, I don't like when you just gotta stand there. You go get the ball and do something.
You understand? Listen, you just can't shoot the ball anytime you want to out here, bro.
You can't.
It don't go like that.
It go Shaq, D-Wade, all y'all over there get the scraps.
The rest of y'all figure it out. We hope one of y'all have a great game to help them out.
Yeah, so for me to go back and kind of have a flashback of how I played in high school is pretty much what I did in Golden State. You know, just a lot more threes, just being that slasher, score. You know, averaging 16 points is tough in the league too.
No, that's big time.
Every single night.
What?
You know what I mean? You looked upon the, hey, we need that 16.
Yeah, we need that 16.
Or we got no chance. So to keep that up throughout a season, man, I played all 82 games. I took a lot of pride in that. Like, dude, I've been hurt a few times throughout my career. I want to play all 82. Started all 82. think I was top 3 in minutes played. So I took a lot of pride that year with showing people that I can really play. You know, I've been D-Wade's little homie for all these years. You know, the dude just catching lobs and, you know, guarding other players' best player. So I finally had the opportunity showing guys why I stuck in Miami for so long as well.
Yeah. You go to Portland. How was that going to Portland? Because you had a good stunt there.
Oh, man, it was cool, man. You know, I've always just heard things about Portland. I remember the days when y'all was in Portland and stuff like that. So all I can remember is just it rained a lot there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, dude, damn.
But it's not that bad, is it?
It's not that bad.
Man,
you know, it's raining, but it's not.
It's beautiful out there. Like
it's so nice.
The grass is really green and
facts.
the trees, like the colors are... Yeah, it's really nice in Portland.
Yeah, so I had a good time in Portland. Neil O'Shea, I know y'all been knowing Neil for a long time.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, my AAU coach took me to go work out with Gerd. And Gerd was doing a workout, Neil was rebounding.
Gerd, right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Gerd, my guy, man.
Yeah. So, you know, that's where kind of the connection came. So Neil reached out to me. I went on a great visit with OKC. I almost signed at OKC. It was basically like a college visit. They had me, Mia, Devin. We all came down there. They were showing us, you know, wine and dining. I'm like, man, this is all good. I'm about to play with my boy Russ. I'm about to play with KD. I'm like, I hope that money right. I called my agent, like, everything was good. What's the money talking about? He was like, they want to give you the minimum. I'm like, man, I'm off that. I just had a good year.
Yeah.
So Neil O'Shea ended up calling me like a day after I leave that little visit with OKC. And I've been knowing Neil since high school. So when he called me, he told me what they have for me, 2-year deal. They're looking for somebody that can stretch the floor, kind of play that 4 and defend. I was like, it's a no-brainer. You know, a young Damian Lillard, you know, OG and LaMarcus Aldridge, and then you had Nicholas Batum, Wesley Matthews already there, and myself, Mo Williams, and Rolo.
Yeah.
Robin Lopez that came. So I'm like, man, this could be a great team.
Yeah.
So, you know, my time there was amazing. You know, it made it feel like home. And we all know the Blazer fans, they up there in the top 5 as far as fans.
Yeah,
in the
they
league.
coming
So
out. They
that
coming
spot,
out.
the Moda Center used to be cracking.
Yeah,
we had some
coming
good
out.
battles too there, man.
It was the Rose Garden when I was
Yeah,
there.
Rose Garden.
It was the Rose Garden when I was there. Yeah. Yeah, they coming out. Them Blazer fans, they represent.
Yeah, they were serious for sure.
To see where Steph and Dame at right now, like they top 75.
Crazy.
Like you caught them when they was like young pups.
Yep.
And trying to find a way to see the level that they at now, shooting wise, and seeing how big Steph got. Cause like when I seen Steph, I think we was down there getting KD at the time. And I looked at him, I was looking at that boy physique, like, boy, you just like,
Oh, you talking about Steph when we was
chopped.
coming out the
Like,
game?
yeah,
we,
I'm
that's
like,
when
bro,
we went
you
to
chopped
the baby.
out here.
Yeah. I remember
like, you
saying
put that
to
work
me.
in that weight room just to see the level of that, and like Steph, like
Yeah.
they talking about he best point guard ever.
Crazy, man.
Like to see that, just tell me what you think of their growth.
It's just amazing, man. But when you think about it, and you go back and you think about those dark days and them days of just taking L's, getting our butt whooped here and there, and just his attitude and just the work. I'm telling you, it was times where me and Monte be looking at him like, bro, we got a game today. You in here in a full out sweat during shoot around. Because by the time I got to Golden State, them shoot arounds is light.
Right.
Come
Yeah.
in, you just get some shots up, run a few plays or whatever, we out. We got on sweats, hoodie, all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Steph on
That
the
was
other
the
end,
life.
yeah, that was a great life.
I
Jeez.
come in, get a few shots
Yeah.
up, going on home.
I'm out. Get my nap in, get my little pregame meal, and you got Steph over there just working, putting in that work. And like I said, he was the second to third options on it. It was crazy how it went. It was D. Lee was in and out of the lineup, so he was kind of like, top 2, top 3 in as far as like options on the team, but he didn't let that bother him. He just put the work in. You know what I'm saying? Never made excuses, like I mentioned, and he just wanted to win. That's all I can remember. Steph. He just want to win. And you got to give a lot of credit to Pops too. A lot of people forget that his dad played in the league, so he learned
played
the
against his
ropes.
pops.
He learned the ropes.
Pops. I'm old.
And it's just crazy to see Klay and Steph, and people always say they're these humble superstars. Like, dude, they come from this. They know. They've been in these locker rooms since a kid. They know how to carry themselves. They watch their fathers be great professionals, and everybody got amazing things to say about both of those guys. So it's not a surprise that they carry themselves just like that. But the work that Steph used to put in used to be crazy, man. He just wanted to be great. Wanted to be great. But when you young and you just, us up here, you don't really see it until you see those results. And then you think about those days where you like, bro, you need to get some rest. It's like, no, that's paying off. That's working for him.
What about like Dame? Like what you seeing Dame?
Underdog mentality.
Yeah.
Dame has always been that guy that they after
Lily
me.
pad.
Lily pad. They ain't messing with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He carries that on his shoulder, on his sleeve, just that Oakland mindset of, of years and years of, I've been right here and y'all just overlooked me. So, for all the success that Dame has had, Dame is still a close friend of mine, like a little bro. It's just amazing when I get on the phone with him. It's just like, bro, you still mad at that type of stuff? Like, you tripping off that? Nah, bro, like, they got me messed up, bro.
With it.
They got me messed up, this and that. They think this and that. And he'd go to a scenario, well, what about this game when I did this and this and that? I'm like, you're right, you got a point there. So, yeah, Dame the same way, man. You talk to him, what's good? What you on? Just got done with boxing, just got done with this. Like, damn, how many workouts you doing today? And, same dude, just put a gym in his crib. So it just lets me know guys like those guys are always going to be good because they put that time and that work in. And Dame is the same way like Steph. Put that time in. He played that backseat role. He catered to whatever LA wanted to do. I'm going to be, hey, I'm your Robin. And then when LA left, it's my time.
Hey, tell me this: how much pride do you take in watching like what Russ has been able to do? Like you said, that's when you was getting drafted. He in the video, 10th grader. You know what I'm saying? Celebrating with you, and that's like the little homie to you. Now he done grown up to be as big as he is. Like you say, top 75. So you can't even, the Mr. Triple Double, everything he's doing. Then not only that. Like, he's one of the most philanthropic people to give back, do charity. He got the AAU, which you help coaching with, and he's in a community in that way. And then just with his brands, honor to give, the community he do crazy for. Like, how much pride do you take in seeing you know, that this is somebody that looked up to you and you possibly impacted him on the following your footsteps and all of that. And now he's gone and done what he done.
Yeah, it's crazy just seeing Russ, you know what I mean? He's like a little bro to me. Somebody that, you know, I've always played the same way. When Russ was a ninth grader, he was little as hell with some big ass feet, wearing a 15 in ninth grade. That's all I can remember. The homie with the big old feet. And, you know, he got the opportunity to practice with Reggie. He always had the JV practice against the varsity. So I see Russ every single day. And the same way Russ plays right now is how he played as a little small guy in ninth grade. And I think a lot of people misunderstand who Russell really is. You know, you just named off all those amazing things. People just see his face all balled up on the court and willing to go through anybody to get a win or, you know, help his team win. And I think a lot of people think Russ is like that off the court. One of the nicest dudes ever.
Cool,
you know, give you his shirt off his back if he had
clip
to.
of 9, so you know.
You know what I'm saying? So I love that situation for him. But Russ, man, just to see him, you know, attack the game the way he does, to give back to the community, and you know, even take his people with him. You know, the people you see around Russell are the people that was with him from day one. You know what I'm saying? I think he just stopped working out with his pops. His pops used to be the trainer. Right, you know what I'm saying? So everything is family with Russ. I just love to see, you know, him out there just, you know, holding the city down, losing your high school, and he one of them dudes that you know, that's my little bro right there. And I'm so happy for all the success because a lot of people don't misunderstand or misunderstood, you know, the assignment for him. That's to be one of the best.
Yeah, he damn right is. And like you say, Russ is like your little bro. I got to bring up the real little bro.
Oh man,
Dwyane, Mr. Delon Wright, currently in the league doing his thing. And the thing that I like so dope, and I told you this plenty of times because I got to meet him before he was even anything or thought about doing anything, and he literally. He followed the blueprint.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He went to prep school and it was dope because when he got to go to prep school in the Bay when he was playing for the Warriors and he got to be right close and see all of that, then he took that, he went to Utah and went off.
Right.
Underrated, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't the most all of this and he went and took off and just, you know, he took his own journey and went at it his own way and he came out and he's still getting it.
Right.
Like how proud are you to see how he's doing it. Then just the type of dude he is. One of the best little dudes.
Yeah,
he's funny as shit, but he one of the best little dudes you gonna meet on some real shit. He like, you know what I'm saying? Just to see the total package, like you got a brother that's thriving in the league after you did it. And then not only that, like he a hell of an individual. You know what I'm saying? He a good dude.
I used to think Delon was so sorry. I was like, this motherfucker's sorry.
I'm sorry.
I just didn't get it, bro. He didn't play like me, so I used to be on this bumper. You know what I'm saying? And Coach Morris used to always tell me, like, relax. He don't play like you. He not you. And I used to be like, but he goofy. He play too much. And meanwhile, I'm goofy.
You goofy.
I'm
you
the goofy one
all
play too
the time.
much. I don't like that about him. And Marcus Williams used to say, hey, man, Delon is going to be in the league. I said, no, he not. I said, he play too much. So just to see Delon where he is now, going to his 9th year, and then seen a couple of bags already, and you know he's lining up another one after this year.
Consistently a contributor, part of their lineup.
Yeah, man, and then us just taking two total different routes. You know, I go straight out of high school, he go to prep school, junior college, and then he finally get to the league. It's just, you know, it just shows you that he was motivated and, you know, like any little brother, he felt like whatever big brother can do, he can do it because if you did it, and he'd tell you, if you did it, I know I can do it.
Right.
That just used to be the competition against us, you know, me being a big brother, smacking him in the head all the time as a youngin'. He felt like, hey, man, he weak. He probably felt the same way. If my big brother did that, I know I can be there. So
straight up. We had a beautiful weekend in Massachusetts.
Oh man,
we got the chance to see our boy go to the Hall of Fame.
Shit.
Like how?
Man.
No, it was full recovery once we got home. But how was it for you to just see our boy just become a Hall of Famer and just see the party and everybody there that was showing love? It was love in the air all weekend.
Man, like my wife Mia said, it felt like a family reunion in there. You know, it's going on my 20th year being out of high school and stuff like that. So just to see all those people come and support and show love.
Heat family
is different. You know what I'm saying? You see Pat Riley, Mickey Harrison, Nick Harrison, Spoelstra, he's with the USA team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He missed out on flying with the team, to be there. It's only right. But just to see D-Wade be, inducted in the Hall of Fame, hear his speech, see his family, the ones that was there from day one, it was amazing, dude.
Yeah.
Because that's what we play for. We play to be, get that light and that shine on what type of player you are.
Yeah.
One of my boys, Ghetto Bird, always said it's amazing when you walk in the gym. You don't get judged off Darius Mal. You get judged off what you did on the court. You too. All three of us. Like we could be amazing people, but if you was weak, you was weak. If you was nice, people respect you. So just to see, the bro put in all that work, through injuries, and just really put on for Chicago, Marquette, and then all his bros and his teammates. Man, that was an amazing event. Yeah. And I was super proud of him as a little bro.
Exactly. Yeah. Super. Like I told him, I said, bro, you took this shit further than anybody could ever imagine.
No,
like,
real
you know
talk.
what I'm saying? Like, I used to be talking shit when he was in Marquette and I'm in the league. I like, man, he about to come. Like, and I'm nowhere near thinking he about to go this crazy, this far. And I was telling you, Peasy, training for the Clippers, he be telling you, I remember we be being there watching, you be talking about, that's my boy. I'm like, yeah, I ain't think it was about to be like this.
Crazy, man.
When you talk about two guards, it's Michael, Kobe, D-Wade.
D-Wade.
Like, that's a fucking bar.
Yeah, that's a bar.
I'm thankful for the experience he gave, man, for the invite.
For us to go. That's why I had to tell him that. I had to pull him to the side one time. Like, bro,
I don't know a player, if you never been to the Hall of Fame and seen somebody get inducted as a former player or whatever, you need to experience that.
For sure.
Like the love just that weekend and just seeing how it posed to end the right way.
Mm-hmm.
If your career go the right way, it's just dope to experience that, and I appreciate 100%. That from him.
Same.
I got to get some Stan Van Gundy stories.
Oh, my God.
And some Eric Spoelstra stories. Because, like, I got good Spoelstra stories to D. Wright, like, from when I was there. Give him a Stan-ism.
Oh, my God.
Because he had his stories for when we first, when I first came to Atlanta, he was giving me all the stuff. He like, I'm telling you right now, dog. Stan going
He is the worst, boy. Jesus.
And he had already knew me, he got to know my team personally. Right. He's like, bro, I already know. You're gonna be off him. Y'all gonna be going.
Bro, Stan, oh my God. He used to be on me every single day. Stan wanted Jameer Nelson for sure. He wanted Jameer. He was not happy with them drafting me. Cause Pat wanted me there. And Pat told me that all the time, hey man, I wanted you here. I don't care what nobody's saying. Stan, great basketball mind, but boy, he used to be on me every single day. He's, if you go left one more time, I'm gonna kick you out of here. Cause I used to go left. I used to break the play. I used to just be a mess that first year and a half with Stan being there. And we all know the details with Stan means everything. And I used to be doing my own things.
It's not AAU.
This isn't high school anymore. You do that again, I'm kicking you out. He used to just be on me every single day, but I love Stan. One thing about Stan, he gonna stand on what he talking about, and you ain't changing that. I don't care who you are. So that was one thing I had to learn quick with Stan. Like, hey man, you better get in line, and the details matter. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's in the corner or at the wing. If I say I need you in the corner, that's where I need you to be at. Yeah. Are you messing everything up? So,
and the reason why I respect and love both of them, Spo and Stan, they both the same in the fact that like I was able to go, do my shit, go back and forth with them because they knew, like, they saw in me that I wasn't selfish. I was about the team. Whenever I was young, it wasn't about me getting no shots or some shit or something. You know what I'm saying? It was never about no shit like that. So they always allowed me to do that shit and gave me the space to go off and deal with it because, like, I wasn't coming from a space like, give me the ball or you know what I'm saying? I go off about whatever the fuck happening going on out there. I'm going to say something.
This boy Q went off.
Hey.
Spo say, you know what you guys are? You guys are mercenaries. Oh my God. Q was offended by that. I'm over there like, what the fuck is a mercenary?
Q. Raise my hand.
I ain't a mercenary. Isn't that? He's like, oh my God. Here he go again. Q in the front. Q. I ain't no mercenary, man. You got me fucked up, this and that. going in. I'm like, oh my God, we about to be here another 45 minutes because he got to prove his damn point why he not no mercenary. My goofy ass over there, what the hell is a mercenary anyway?
Hey, priceless, bro.
Priceless. Oh, and my favorite Stan story of all time was him getting into it with D Wade in the middle of the game.
Oh, this is the best.
And D Wade going at him and he talking his talk to him. You know, D Wade, he on his rise. Stan looked at him, wrote on the paper, he wrote a big ass star on there.
He drew a star.
This is why I can't talk to you. This is what you are. You're a star. I can't talk to you.
I can't talk to you no more.
D Wade killed him. He got so high.
He don't got no reply to that.
I was like,
that's
damn.
No,
That's some bullshit, Stan, this and that. He was like, that's why I can't talk. You a star. You a star. I can't talk to you.
Reply for that.
No reply. Stan was the best at killing somebody off. Him and I'm telling you, Pat and Stan, I've never seen coaches kill somebody off like they did. They were so cold. My favorite Pat story, I ain't gonna mention the person he was talking about, was in Sacramento watching film. And this would Pat, he rewinding that shit 100 times, bro. You're not getting through the clip. All you gonna see is this. Him just rewinding the tape, and one of our vets was going there, throwing up some BS. He stopped, he said, what was that? He said, Coach, I was trying to get to the free throw line. He said, he rumbling for the paper, he looked. He said, son, you shooting 62% from the free throw line. Fuck you trying to get fouled for? You know, I lost it. All you hear.
Oh, look, there you go. Dorell, shut the hell up.
No, I was crying. That person was just like, man, whatever, man. It's like, you shouldn't be trying to get fouled. You shooting 62% from the damn free throw line. Killed him all the way. I was like, this boy cold.
Hey, see, that's why I hate when Coach do that, because it'd be hard not to.
Can't say nothing to that. Hey. 62 is crazy, though.
Yeah. When you came up, like our era, what you remember about us in our era?
Man, party time. Party. Just fun and exciting. You know what I'm saying? So watching that, you know, I was always.
I know the Lakers, everybody was a Lakers fan.
Yeah, for sure. But if you was a real hooper, you want to see the action. You know what I'm saying?
You like to watch us hoop.
Yeah, it's cool to dump the ball on the post and play in the triangle and, you know, spin lobs for Shaq. But I want to see the oops off the backboard. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The knuckleheads. Like, that was more appealing to the youth in LA. You know what I'm saying? So that was always fun watching y'all boys hoop and stuff like that. And then y'all in the community, you know, and where I be stepping foot at. So I'm like, oh, they real. They some real ones. They had Chester. They had Fox Hills. They some real ones, you know what I'm saying? Because LA is different.
If you had to pick 4 teammates to run with you out of all the teammates you had your whole career, who would be them 4 teammates?
He about to have one of the craziest ones.
Facts.
I just thought about that.
I'm gonna go with the chef.
Steph and Dame.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the chef
and
first.
Wade.
Gotta give that second one. No, I ain't. I'm at the 4.
Okay.
I'm at the 4. So Steph and Dame, my backcourt.
Okay.
D Wade at the 3. He could guard bigger guys. I'm at the 4. And then you give me Shaq Diesel.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
That is a good one.
That's crazy. That backcourt right there, though, that might be better than anything somebody came up with.
For real, for real.
Start, bench, trade. You got to start 1, bench 1, trade 1. T-Mac. Carmelo. Paul George. Who do you start? Who do you bench? Who you trade?
That's like a little 3 different. Okay, I like it.
Dang. T-Mac was one of them dudes I really looked up to. So I'm gonna start T-Mac. I'm gonna bench Melo, and then I'm gonna trade Paul George. That's a tough one.
I heard Jermaine O'Neal say this, like, being a guy that went straight out of high school is kind of like a fraternity in a fraternity, like a big group. So now me looking back on it and see my accomplishment, what groups I'm a part of, what I brought to the table, what's my legacy I left behind. One of the biggest things is I'm part of a group of guys that got the name Kobe and LeBron and KG and Maury Stoudemire and, you know, so many countless others that might be Hall of Fame. They've been All-Stars, they've been MVP. What is it to you now that you retired that you feel like being a guy that actually went straight out of high school?
I mean, everything. You know, I'm 1 of 41. You know, I had to go do that history and check because, you know, y'all know how I am. I'm just cool, humble with it. You know, I really don't talk about myself much. So, you know, a lot of people always, you know, recite that. You came straight out of high school. You talk about that more. You know what I'm saying? You're too humble for somebody. That's hard to do. And it made me do some research. How many people came out of high school? 41 people.
41 people.
That's amazing for somebody that really didn't take basketball serious until 11th grade.
Baseball player.
You know what I'm saying?
And
So,
the names on that list.
yeah, it's crazy. So I take a lot of pride in it now. And, you know, just growing up, my favorite players was Kobe, T-Mac, KG. Them dudes I really watched.
T-Mac.
And all three of them dudes came out of high school. And I didn't notice that until I was, you know, a few years. I'm like, damn, the people I really looked up to came straight out of high school. So, man, it's amazing. It's hard as hell to do. And you got to have some guts to do it as well. So,
Definitely do.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, when I was in Miami, my little homeboy, you know, I used to be, you know, I was just, you know, I was single and everything. So I was like, I used to be a big bro / friend to him. I used to babysit.
You was co-parent.
Him and Mia won't go out on shake a leg, go out on a date or something. I'm like, man, bring little nephew over here, man. Little nephew come over, put my shoes on, got his afro. He just kicking it. You know, I go over there and hold it down. So, man, talk to me about my little nephew, Devin. How is it? Devin Quentin Dwyane or Devin Dwyane Quentin? Which is
Devin Quentin Dwyane.
Devin Quentin Dwyane Wright. See what I'm saying? You see how he did that? That's my godson right there, man. Now he ain't little baby thug no more.
Man.
Boy out here, big boy status.
Crazy.
Big guard. You
Big
feel
guard.
me?
We getting old, huh?
He hooping,
we
bro.
getting
Like he
old.
out here looking like it. Talk to me about coaching your son, coaching them. Like he coached Team Why Not with Russ Westbrook, and now y'all moved back to LA.
Man, give him a better opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Coming back home to LA, I've been in the Bay Area the last 13 years, and it's just a little different. You know, it's not like, you know, when I grew up in LA, you know, having that village. And I had to give Dev the best opportunity. So sending him over there to Redondo to play for Reggie Morris.
Got his coach.
You know what I'm saying? So he got my coach. And, you know, he's all in. He's all in. He understands the work.
Yeah.
You got to put the work in every single day if you want the results. So he's been doing an amazing job of just locking in and understanding the process. You know, he got 2 blueprints. You can take it from Pops, or you can take it from your uncle, or you can take it from your godfathers. So I'm just super excited and, you know, proud of him so far, what he's done in just a year of high school. Looking forward to a big year this year, and then him, you know, really cracking, you know, a lot of those codes in the next few years.
How was that sending him to Reggie and giving them that history of like,
So dope.
Man.
like kind of putting them pieces together? Like, man, I coached your pops, now I'm coaching your son, and him knowing the history. I know you told him so many stories about it.
Right. I think Reggie always joked like, man, send Devin to me. And then when it happened, he was like, oh, wait.
Right.
So, you know, he called me like, okay, he coming here, but like, what is your expectations?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Devin wants to be an NBA player. You know what I mean? So like, I know what you do. You're going to hold him accountable. You're going to work him. You're going to, if he making a mistake, you're going to get on his butt.
We gonna see if he wanted it or
You're going
not.
to see if he want it or not. So I feel like you're the best person for that.
To do that, and I trust you.
Yeah, and I made Reggie feel a little old because I'm the first player Reggie coached. And now this is the first former player that he's coached, son he's ever coached.
Right.
Yeah.
So I know he like, damn, I'm old.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
around
saying?
the corner now.
Yeah, so, you know, just getting those daily updates of, you know, what Dev is doing and how much better he's getting. And Reggie's really trying to get to a point where I don't have to say nothing to him. He wants me to, you know, take that parent seat now where I'm not the coach, I'm not the trainer and all that stuff. He wants me to just say, hey, good job. That's it. And I'm trying to get there, you know, because it's hard when it's your kid, but he just wants me to understand that he got him. So I'm super excited.
That's because you're a coach. Like it's,
No, for
it's
sure.
hard because like you're a coach. Like me, I rather you do that, and I just rather I give you the jewels. I show you what I see, what I don't see, but I trust who I'm giving you to.
Exactly, and that's something hard to do nowadays.
Yeah,
That's why I want to bring Dev up, because we be talking sometimes, you in the car after the game, and I want to say it on wax. You got expectations whether you want them shits or not.
100%.
So, you know what I'm saying? You got so many different examples and different people to reach to. All we ask is you go as hard as you can and let everything fall where it may. As long as you go as hard as you can, we proud. Whatever happened after that, that's what we want to see, young Hurricane.
Man, I love when Q called me when I'm getting in Q, tell him this and that. Q, you know, you gonna tell him the real. And I love that. They right on time. Q, thank you. I tell Q after I appreciate
I told you.
He need to hear that. You know what I'm saying? But it's finally clicking for the young fella.
So when you got the bag, right, we all know you took care of Pops and Mom and all them. What did D. Wright Wade do? I kind of know already, but what did D. Wright do when you got the bag? Yeah, what did you do? Say, I'm about to be
Now,
nice and neat.
my first like
Big
rookie
purchase.
or
Whenever.
Okay. It was simple with me. I just got me a chain from Jason. You know,
Jay Shine, Jason of Beverly Hills.
Yeah, that's how I met him, as Jay Shine. So I got my chain, my D3 custom chain.
D3.
Yep. And then I got
Wait, was this before I gave you a chain? We in Miami at Zoe's?
Yeah, Miami. Mm-hmm.
Was this before or after that?
This is after. Yep. So I had my D3 custom joint from Jason, and then I got that Husky Blue Escalade. Name stitched in the seats. Oh, I was lit. TVs, had the 15s or the whatever them was back there. My beat didn't even make it past a week. That Knuck if you buck blew my shit right on out.
See, no. That just lets me know that you was a reckless young boy.
Yeah, I was ghetto little homie.
Tell us about Zoe Summer Groove.
Oh man,
people sleep.
That was some great
Summer
time.
Grooves used to be when you remember.
He was like us, got drafted. That was the first thing he went to. Like, got drafted and then welcome, and this is it.
I was there, and that was amazing. You know, I'm like, damn, Zoe do it right.
I don't know if you was at that one. That was when we first
I wasn't
got
at the first one.
That when we first got super tight. We kicked that whole goddamn thing right all over the place.
And then the second one, I brought my wife. My girlfriend. She was my girlfriend at the time. I'm like, you want to go to Zoe Summer Groove? That was a big step for me. Everybody looking at me like, wait, who was that? I'm like, it's my girl right here.
That's the old layout. That's when you let it be known.
Yeah,
okay,
it's me right there. You feel me?
Yeah, that was, I mean, you brought her to that. It was definitely over.
Yeah, it was curtains. You come to Zoe Summer Groove. Yeah, but Zoe Summer Groove used to be
And you
fun.
used to, I want to ask you too, you used to come to Chicago and work out with us.
You almost moved. You almost bought a block.
Well, I was out there looking
Do
at
you
houses.
remember that? How was your experience when you
Shoot, I
came to
was about to get
Chicago
him
and
a
worked
crib.
out with
Shoot,
us?
Jay,
I love
shoot.
Chicago, man.
Yeah.
I love Chicago. You know, my mom from the south side of Chicago, so I got family ties there. A lot of people thought when I committed to DePaul, that was a big reason too. You know, I have so much family in Chicago, more on my mother's side, but I used to have hella fun, man. Going, was it Jump? What was the name of it? Hoops.
Oh, yeah,
Hoops.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
started at Hoops and just the battles. I remember getting into a battle with Allen Anderson.
Yeah. Remember the hoop down there. Yeah. Like how good the hoop, because they don't get hoop like that. Well, they do, because them UCLA runs be looking like they
but
be
that's
going.
where it started at. Well, that was one of the places where
You can get that good hoop
LA
during the summer.
didn't have that many dudes in the league. Y'all had a lot of guys in the league. You know what I'm
Everybody in
saying?
that.
Everybody there
Two
too.
courts full.
Like when was at the Hall of Fame, my wife was like, dang, they love Michael Finley. I was like, oh yeah, that's a real OG
That's
right
the
there.
real one. Listen.
When I used to go to Chicago with
Listen.
Q, D Wade and all those, he was in the gym.
Finn and Juwan
He
is
was
the
a real
pictures
one.
of perfection out
Facts.
here, boy. That's what you want to do.
But I felt like that was giving me what I needed, you know, to get better. Working out obviously with Tim, D Wade, Q in the morning time, and then getting that hoop with all y'all, man. That was amazing. You know what I'm saying? It was just sharpening up my game. Even though I wasn't on the level a lot of y'all was on at that time. That was Corey
hoop was
in there,
serious.
Mike Finn. Like it was real. It was like some real guys that was really, you know, like the guys on their team. So to
Q
just
coming in that bitch talking shit every day.
Every day.
yeah, every single day. So that was a fun experience. I think I spent like 3 summers in Chicago.
straight.
Yeah,
I,
3
I
shots.
remember that. As I'm thinking of it, I'm like, yeah, you came to Chicago with
Yeah,
us.
I used to be there.
Yeah, he
I
stand
know
in my
that
crib. He
used to be
stand
the
the big
real
house.
hoop.
Then he was about to buy a crib. Jay Shoe was about to get him a crib. He going to look at crib around crib. I'm like, you about to live in Chicago.
That was crazy.
So that's a wrap with the bro, man. We got the straight out of high school reunion together.
Yes, sir.
The family reunion together, man. This is D.
World
Wright
champion,
Wade.
too.
LA Unified Finest in the building, baby. Hometown, don't break the mic. Hometown favorites. We got the bro in town.